Hey there, and welcome to today's Fertility Q&A Wednesday. I hope that you are having a beautiful start to your week. My business coach, Renee Kaz, she mentioned that today's hump day, and she's like, why do people call it hump day? It can be such a fun and invigorating day, and I hope that that's what's happening for you in your fertility journey. I hope that you're not feeling like it's a struggle. I've been a fertility specialist since 2007. I've been doing this full time. This is my 12th year, and I've seen so many clients. And genuinely, if you have that belief, if you have that knowing and that excitement that this is actually working for you, that your fertility plan, that whatever support you've got is actually going to be what gets you the results, then it does happen. So it will mean you won't have these hump days or these slump days or these down days. And if you do, then it's about getting the right support network to help lift you up. So that could be anyone from your friends, your family, but usually, hi Leanne, nice to see you. Usually you want to have other people, other specialists that are supporting you, because your fertility journey is like you being a superstar or a famous athlete. You want to get the right support network. So an athlete wouldn't have just their family around them. You want to get extra support. So getting other women that, joining other groups, for example, that women are cheering you on and supporting you, and you have a leader that's guiding you step by step. This is what you do today, this is what you do tomorrow, this is what you do on the weekends, and monitoring your beliefs, monitoring your feelings, your emotions, because this is what helps you to understand if you're in alignment with your fertility, if you're in alignment with your life. And the principles and strategies that I teach is not just going to help you with your fertility, but it helps across all aspects of your life. And this is really important. I have a lot of women who are either high up decision makers in very big multinational companies, or they run their own business. And so they need to have abundance across all aspects of their life, including fertility. They need to take the stress out of their life, but still be high achievers. And that's where today's question comes in. I received a question from one of the women in my fertility help group. It's a private group. If you're not part of it, head on over. I'm going to add the link to this video in the description. If you are a member, as Leanne is, thank you so much for joining. And members are growing and growing every single day. So I want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to all the women who are part of the group. And thank you so much for being so active. And it's a beautiful pleasure to connect with you on a daily basis, because I offer that daily support to all of my women in the free fertility help group. It's a private group. So I had a question come through about how do I gauge my fertility? How do I gauge if my fertility is improving? And this is a woman who has signed up recently to my online fertile lifestyle course. This is an online program that guides you day by day, step by step, taking all the stress out of everything, and helps you to understand how you can apply several principles, 5 main principles that can, when done together, when done simultaneously, it's going to create a shift on a cellular level. So basically it incorporates lots of healing, because I'm a fertility healer and fertility activator, and by that it means I can help my clients activate their fertility. And I have an 80% success rate, which is one of the highest worldwide. So I have these amazing principles that get you that shift and that change. So this particular client, she signed up and she said, I'm doing these things, but I want to know how I can gauge my fertility has definitely improved. Now, part of the online course, you have a fertility tracker. So that's something you can fill in daily, and it takes literally 10 seconds. And you just answer yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Hey Tabo, nice to see you again. Always a pleasure to see you every Wednesday. And I'm just explaining with the online fertile lifestyle course, there's a fertility tracker. And basically it takes 10 seconds to fill out, and it asks you certain questions, what you've eaten, have you done your morning routine, how much of it have you done? And it works out a percentage to see if you're on track with your fertility. And then it will say, if you're anywhere between 80 to 100% on track, you never have to be 100, but you really want to be aiming for 80% on track, then you can have a cheat day. You can go and have that glass of wine. You can enjoy that chocolate guilt-free. You can have that pizza guilt-free. You know what I mean? You can do things that's not just so limiting. Because that's the thing. My Fertile Lifestyle program is not designed to limit you. I want you to be expansive. I want you to enjoy your journey, and that is what is key. If you're not having fun, if you find that whatever decisions you're making on your fertility journey are stressful, or you're getting overwhelmed, for example, another client reached out to me in another group that I run called Become Baby Ready Now, and that's for women who are exclusively part of the online Fertile Lifestyle program. And she said, I'm working for a startup company and the hours are horrendous, really long hours. I get home really late, leaves early in the morning, comes home late, is tired, and it's like, when can I fit in a couple of things for my fertility? And I'm going to be addressing that in that group later on today. But in a nutshell, it's about looking at all of the choices you have from the online Fertile Lifestyle course that show you what your optimal morning routine is, what your optimal evening routine is, and if you've only got 5 minutes at either end of the day, as long as you do those 5 minutes, it's fine. And I have a lot of clients who have come and gone, and they've been teachers. So in the morning, they don't have time for anything. They just literally get up out of bed, race off to work. They get home. They often have marking to do at home as well, so they're racing through all of that. And then if they don't have time during the week, they'll at least listen to my healing fertility activation meditations, and that's where the big change happens. One of my clients, she's 46. She tried naturally for the third time, so for the third month, fell pregnant. Her partner's 50. They'd both never had children before. She had failed rounds of IVF and IUI before coming to see me. But then when she met her man, so she obviously is bringing in abundance, and so she was able to manifest her man, and then they tried naturally, and by their third go they fell pregnant, and she's at the very end of her third trimester with a perfectly healthy baby. So this can happen to all of my clients. This is just one story of hundreds and hundreds. So it's about you just working with what works for you and not getting stressed if you can't implement all the things that I've mentioned in the Fertile Lifestyle program. So it's about choosing joy, and it's about choosing what you enjoy. And also just a few little tweaks, like maybe changing your cookware because maybe it's toxic. Maybe changing your shampoos, conditioners, body washes, cleaning products. Maybe they're toxic. Maybe it's about incorporating more stuff to do with your mind. Your mind is what holds your belief systems. Now, your belief is just a thought that you're holding on to. It might have been from when you were younger, and usually it is. It's determined between the ages of 0 and 7. And when you have these beliefs, and it could be any kind of belief, then that's what can hinder your abundance from flowing. I had another client reach out to me. She said, my mum has just said that I'm going to have difficulties having my first child, and I'm really stressing. I need to get that out of my mind. Oops, this tripod's not cooperating with me right now. Sorry about that. So, she said, I need to get that thought out of my mind because my mum said she found it difficult to get pregnant and hold her first pregnancy through the full term. So I'm probably going to have difficulties too. Here we go. There we go. Back in business now. Right. Do you think I should invest in a new tripod? I think I should. Oh yeah, thanks for the love. Okay, so it's about your beliefs, and you can shatter your beliefs easily. You just need to know how, and that's something I'll be letting you all know in my February seminar. I ran a very successful January seminar that was helping you to understand your emotional guidance system, which is what I want to talk about to answer today's question. So today's question came through, as I mentioned earlier, saying, how do I gauge if my fertility is improved? Now, how are your emotions around your fertility? That's the first thing. Are you feeling confident? If you're not, then we need to delve deeper into your belief systems. Why are you not believing that the course of action you've chosen is actually helping you and is actually working for you? There's an ancient American Indian proverb saying that if you believe that this particular method is going to help you to heal, then you'll heal that way. That's why we all know about the powerful benefits of a placebo effect. If you truly believe it's going to work, it will work. But if you have your doubts, then look at what's causing that doubt. If you're doing the same thing and things are failing, then obviously that's not going to work for you. It's a definition of insanity that Einstein highlighted to us. If we continually do the same thing and expect different results, then that's a definition of insanity. So you need to be doing different things. You need to think differently, eat differently, potentially, depending on what your diet is. And on the topic of diet, a lot of women feel that they're healthy, and they are healthy by normal standards, but they may not be eating for fertility. There's certain vegetables and fruits even that aren't helpful for fertility, particularly when had in large doses. So you want to be mindful of that, and the online Fertile Lifestyle program just helps you with everything that you need to make sure that you're in the right parameters. Really super easy stuff, just a few little lifestyle tweaks, but also helps you to re-energize yourself, because fertility requires lots of energy. So not only would you have that belief that what you're doing is working, but you'd have lots of energy. And you'd feel energized. You'd feel a difference. So if you have the energy, then you know that you've obviously got enough energy for fertility. When you're constantly in that fight or flight, that high stress state, which a lot of us are nowadays, and particularly the women that are running their own business, and all the women who sign up to my online Fertile Lifestyle program are high achievers, or they have been high achievers, and they may have recently just quit work and gone, this is what I'm focusing on. And they come to me, they're like, Fiona, you've got 6 months. The average client comes and says, you've got 6 months, Fiona. You have to make this work for me. Nothing else is working. And it works. 80% of the time, it works. So, what are they doing? One, they have the belief that I can help them. And they either then go on to IVF, but majority will do it through a natural means. But sometimes that's not even possible. Sometimes their partner's away, or they may not even have a partner. So they have to do IUI, or even IVF. So it just depends. I had one client and her doctor said, you don't need IVF, you're perfectly healthy. She'd come to me because she had non-existent AMH. And she believed that she was in finance, and she believed that doing IVF, because it's so structured, would be better for her mental state, to help her believe that this is the protocol. So she got her body baby ready, physically, mentally, emotionally, and working with spirit, obviously. It's all about the combination of spirit and science. And then when you combine that, just adjusting the camera, which is still falling forward. Oh, don't worry. Next week I'll have it all fixed for you. When you combine all of that, the spirit, the science, and those 5 main keys, then your body will make the shift that you need to make. So how else can you gauge if you're on track with your fertility? If it's not just emotionally, then you want to have a look at, and it's not just energy, then look at your personality type. What do you need? Perhaps you need to take some tests. So you know what your fertility was before you began my program. And then during the program, go and get your AMH tested again. Most of my clients do and are overwhelmed with the increase in AMH levels. AMH means your anti-Müllerian hormone. Now, you can't increase your egg reserve, but even though your anti-Müllerian hormone test is meant to reveal what your egg reserve is, it's not showing you the potential that you've got. So for example, within 6 months, 3 to 6 months, sometimes 2, sometimes, the longest I've had has been 2 years. I'm not going to lie. One client was the longest, and that was a 2-year client. And it just depends on the amount of complications. But at the end of the day, she's got 2 children, a boy and a girl, and they're hers. And, that's what matters, as in her and her husband's. So it's about finding what works for you. Do you need to go and get your test done? Do you need to go and get your womb scanned? Do you need to check your womb health? Do you need to see an acupuncturist or a Chinese herbalist to test your pulses and for them to go, yeah, you're perfectly healthy? I had another client who I was speaking with yesterday, and she said, oh, I went to go see this doctor and he did all my tests and he said my fertility's fine. So you might need to do this too. It depends on your personality type. So is it your energy reserves? Is it your beliefs? Is it your emotions that are guiding you? Or is it the physical hard copy tests? Whatever it is that you need to believe that this is working for you, then I recommend you do that for you. Then you can really gauge. Otherwise, you can apply the fertility tracker that's in the online Fertile Lifestyle course and just see, am I on track? Am I on track? Am I on track? And if you are, brilliant. And if you're not, then you know what to do to bring yourself back in alignment. So have a look at this week's newsletter. In fact, it will be released today. And that's going to talk about the February seminar to help you look at some of your beliefs and some other things that you can be doing to make sure that you are not just manifesting this baby, but you're genuinely preparing yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and you are on track to receive this abundance in all forms that life has to offer. You want to be in that state of joy. And I know it can be hard. I know it can be a disappointing journey. And that's what happens with the subconscious mind. The subconscious is unconscious, and it's designed to protect you. Your brain wants you to choose the path of least resistance every time. You are hardwired to experience joy and not suffering. So if you are suffering, then you're out of alignment. There's something that you're doing, some kind of belief that's not congruent to your fertility journey. So you want to bring you back into alignment and dispel any of these beliefs. And it could even be a recent belief, like for example, the client that I mentioned, her mother saying, you're going to find it difficult to have a baby. And she was just not wanting to hear that, obviously. Or it could be another belief that perhaps a doctor or a clinic has said to you, these are your results. And I've had clients not only come to me with non-existent AMH, but other clients tell me, my doctor said I've got less than a 25% chance of ever having a baby. And it's so shattering, and it's like, how do I clear this belief? How do I help to release from that? And it's not about hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy, I truly believe, is just a mask. We want to dissolve it and have a new neural program so that you can make that shift and have that genuine belief. And when you're open and when you're able to surrender, I really feel the key is to surrender, to believe, and to trust. And you can only surrender when you are feeling supported. So it's about getting a program that works for you, having a lifestyle strategy that works for you, getting a support network that works for you. And when you do, then you're not confused anymore. You're not looking left, right, and center. Okay, but that person drank that herbal tea and that worked for them. And that person did, I don't know, I can't think of something. We're living on those kinds of smoothies and that worked for them. It's not just about that. Okay, it's about everything altogether. It's about your diet, and it's about everything that works for you, everything that raises your energy levels for you. And that's why I teach my clients how to body test. So you're working with the electromagnetic movement through the body, and you're listening to the muscles, and they're responding, saying that yes, this is turning my energy on, or no, it's not turning my energy on. And it's in relation to your fertility. So you will know better than anyone else, better than any doctor, what your body needs when it comes to food, when it comes to supplements, etc. Because you have an innate intelligence. It's an inner guidance system, and the more you use it, the more you're getting the benefits. So if you want to learn to surrender, and that's so difficult for a lot of you who are working and used to achieving high results, you aren't in surrender mode. Why would you be? You know that in this lifestyle that we've created, you work hard, you get what you work hard for. But when it comes to fertility, that's a different energy. Okay, it's about you surrendering, and you can only surrender when you feel supported. You're not going to open up and soften and be like, yes, hold me, when there's no one there to hold you. When there's someone strong and there's a clear, direct plan for you to follow, you can open and surrender because you know this is going to work. I'm going to commit to the next 3, maybe even 6, but I doubt it, months to see results, to see the change, to get pregnant and hold my pregnancy through to full term. You know, this online fertile lifestyle program has helped women stop miscarrying. I had a lady, she came to me, she said, I've just suffered my 5th miscarriage. Can you please help me? We did some work together, and within 3 months, she then tried again, and now she's got her 2 boys. So this stuff works. Is it magic? Well, I wouldn't say so. Some of my clients say it is. A lot of my clients call me a miracle worker. But the thing is, it's not about that. It's about you enjoying the journey and you knowing what to do and you trusting and believing and opening and surrendering. And that's when you know it's happening. And that's why it is important that you do test, you do gauge. How is my fertility improving? My Fertile Lifestyle online program has a guarantee, a money back guarantee. If your fertility hasn't improved, you get your money back. I've never ever had to give my money back to anybody because it works. It genuinely works. So if you would like to take it further, have a look at the online Fertile Lifestyle program, because really my goal is for 2019, all of my current clients, and even the ones who are just in my fertility help group, the women that I'm supporting that aren't necessarily my clients yet, but they are receiving support, they're receiving my energy, they're in my vortex, and I want all of them to be achieving. So I really would love for them all to be pregnant by April, so then they can be having their happy, healthy baby by December. This can be the year. This can be the year. And if you don't believe it can, then it won't be. But we can dissolve those beliefs that are blocking you. You know, I work on that level, and I would love to help clear that for you. So if you've got any questions or got any comments, leave them below or contact me directly, and I'll happily help you. So on that note, I wish you a wonderful rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If you've got a specific question, please, please, please send it in, and I'll happily answer it for you. Of course, I won't mention your name, and I would love to support you any way I possibly can. And on that note, before I go, thank you so much for all the women who completed their 30-day challenge. A lot of women completed today. Obviously, you can start whenever. I do believe there's another lady starting afresh today. So if you wanted to join, you can. It just helps you to work with the energy flow of the body and do some fertility exercise for people that don't even have time to exercise or don't even like to exercise. You're going to love this. I promise you'll love it. Every single person that does it loves it. And it really, really, really is going to be a game changer for you. It's not the only thing you'll need. And, you know, that's the truth, but it will help. It will give you a huge advantage because it's creating the shift on a cellular level that you need. So if there's no more questions, beautiful ladies, especially Leanne and Tabo, then I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm going to do some lives now for my other private group. All right, beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for joining. Ciao for now. Mwah.